In what seems like a scene from a meticulously orchestrated diplomatic ballet, French President Emmanuel Macron and Chinese President Xi Jinping recently held a summit that was anything but ordinary. Opting for the Élysée over the grandeur of Versailles, Macron's choice of venue for Xi's visit symbolized a no-nonsense approach to discussions that spanned pressing issues from trade imbalances to geopolitical tensions. The meeting took place against a backdrop of heightened EU-China trade disputes and the shadow of the conflict in Ukraine, underscoring a significant shift from their previous encounters, which courted mutual admiration and tentative alliances. Xi's arrival in Paris, greeted by French Prime Minister Gabriel Attal, marked the beginning of a three-nation tour aimed at strengthening ties, but also came with an undertone of defiance towards the European Union. Notably, Xi's itinerary includes stops in Serbia and Hungary, both known for their Moscow-leaning sentiments, signaling a nuanced message to Europe. This visit, the first to the EU in 5 years, was wrapped in the rhetoric of peaceful coexistence and win-win cooperation, yet was shadowed by Xi's overt gestures towards nations at odds with Brussels' stance, especially on the issue of Russia's aggression in Ukraine. During the summit, Macron and Xi delved into discussions with high stakes. Macron sought to persuade Xi to leverage his influence over Russia for a peaceful resolution in Ukraine, highlighting the geopolitical leverage China holds. This aligns with Macron's broader vision of European strategic autonomy, a notion initially welcomed by Beijing as an opportunity to wedge between Europe and the US. However, Macron's tone has evolved significantly, now portraying a fierce advocate for Ukraine and a proponent of a tough stance on China's trade threats and its tacit support for Russia. Xi, on his part, used the visit to reassert China's stance as a global partner, committed to opening new horizons in its bilateral relations with France and, by extension, Europe. Advocating for win-win cooperation, Xi pushed back against the narrative of China as a disruptor, presenting instead an image of a country invested in international peace and prosperity. Yet, underlying these affirmations were the unsaid tensions over trade imbalances, Europe's probe into Chinese electric vehicle exports, and the reciprocal investigation by Beijing into French-made imports of brandy. The nuances of this high-level diplomatic endeavor reveal a complex interplay of mutual interests, strategic maneuvering, and underlying tensions. Macron's attempt to position France and Europe on the world stage as decisive players in issues from global trade to geopolitical stability reflects a broader ambition of asserting European sovereignty in global affairs. Meanwhile, Xi's tour underscores China's ongoing effort to cement its stature as a pivotal global power, adept at navigating the intricate web of international relations. As these two leaders part ways, the world watches closely, understanding that the implications of their discussions extend far beyond the confines of their meeting places, shaping the contours of global diplomacy in an era marked by considerable uncertainty.